Hello everybody, it's week 17 time. It's probably going to be my last video of the year. Um, only 12 more hours and just under 5 minutes to go till the new year. Oh, yeah, 12 hours and 5 minutes and counting. Anyway, it's week 17. Shit's about to get real. Take a quick look at the playoff picture. It's all but decided. Eagles, Vikings, Niners, Cowboys have clinched. NFC South is still wide open. Falcons are eliminated from the picture. The Saints are barely hanging on, but it's looking like the Panthers, they have a real shot, a real good shot at making it realistic. It all comes down to this game. The Panthers win. Panthers lose are eliminated. However, if the Panthers win out, they're in. That's all they have to do. Just win out. 8-9. You're in. Cowboys clinched. And then they can look at the AFC. The Bills clinched. Chiefs clinched. The Bengals, who started the year off a bit rough, have been on fire. I think they might be even better than last year. Personally, I want the Bills to win. That is the one team I want to win this year, out of any other. However, the Bengals also deserve a Super Bowl ring. I just want a new team that's not the Minnesota Vikings to win a Super Bowl this year. Um, I don't want the Niners to win, although that would be one of the greatest football stories of all time. I don't want the Eagles to win. They won a couple years ago. Don't want the Chiefs to win. Definitely not. But the Bills, I like the Bills. They're my AFC team. The Jags will probably make the playoffs. Ravens have clinched, but of all those injuries, I don't really think they're going to be taken as a real threat. There's always one or two of those teams every year that make the playoffs. 2020 they had the Commanders, then the football team, and the Bears make the playoffs. No one took the Bears seriously in the playoffs, but I was just happy to be there. Chargers, though, people will take seriously. Then the rest, you got teams already eliminated. Looking at draft order, the Bears are projected to actually get the first overall pick, and we got a really good chance of getting it. So, yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin. We're just going to start off with the boring games, and this is probably the most boring game I can think of on this slate. No meaning whatsoever. Two terrible teams. I'm going to pick the Cardinals. I'm not going to waste any time on this. Cardinals have their backup quarterback, but I think they kept up real good versus a okay Bucks team. Falcons are out of gas. Plus, this will clinch a higher draft pick for the Bears. I say they win 23 to 19. They got a 23-19. Next up, Panthers, Bucks. The Bucks are on fire right now. However, the Panthers seeing this opportunity on a bit of a hot streak. They're 3-1 since week 12, 4-2 since week 10. Um, Honestly, even though the Bucks are the better team, I think the Panthers pull off a massive upset to shock Brady. 25-24. Saints, Eagles. The Eagles could pretty much bench starters if they wanted to, although they haven't really clinched yet. But they won't. They're gonna go in and take care of business versus the Saints. Calling it. Although the Saints could give them a game, the Eagles did play down the competition a few weeks ago versus my Bears. So it's happened before. I say Saints keep it surprisingly close with a one possession game, but take care of business. Broncos, Chiefs. The Broncos had arguably the most embarrassing outing of football It makes sense they're owned by Walmart considering they want to be a great value imitation of a football team. I don't know what I saw. I really don't know what I saw on the field on Nickelodeon uh last on Christmas Day, no less. It's pathetic. Um I will be rooting for the Broncos to win this game for the sake of draft positioning. This will make it so even if the Bears win a game, um, if the Bears finish 4-13, they will still have position over the second overall pick no matter what. However, they're not going to win this game. Maybe they'll be. I think maybe they'll be the Chargers next week though. But playing against the Chiefs team, playing for that first seed, they know that the Bills are playing a very beatable. They're playing a game that they could very well lose. A game that can go either way. A game between two very good teams. So they are not going to let this opportunity slip away. But if they do, that'd be great. Chiefs win 47 to 26. That score got me. Ignore that. Okay. 47. Yes, that actually is scoregami. So I didn't actually know that was scoregami, but it seemed like it, so I guess that. Oh well. Next up, Jags Texans. Um, I would assume the Jags bench their starters since it's at home. They have no incentive to play for. If the Texans lose this, it is incredibly clear that they are tanking, which they are. So they're kind of in a pickle. You lose this, you're probably gonna get investigated for tanking, or you just really suck. Texans are not gonna lose this game. um, so I'll say Texans win. I don't know, 24-17. Basic score. However, if the Jags win, that hurts the Bears' chances since the Colts aren't gonna bench starters because they got nothing to rest for. Another important game for the Dolphins. If the Patriots lose, they're out of the playoffs. If the the Dolphins, this is a very important game for the Dolphins. Dolphins have owned. However, I don't know if Tua's gonna play. However, despite all of that, I think the Dolphins narrowly win an ugly game, 22 to 13. Actually, no, 16. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots win. The Dolphins, I think, are going to limp into the playoffs, but it could very well be the. Let's check in on the Jets. Actually, what do they need? So if they win out, they're in. Okay. Um, Steelers Ravens. This is going to be another game where I think they're going to bench all their starters simply because they have nothing to play for and they're already banged up enough as is. They probably don't even have enough starters to sit. So for that reason, I'm gonna go with the Steelers to win. Um, an ugly game. A lot of ugly games. A lot of teams are gonna be sitting. 18 to. Okay, I'm gonna save that game for a bit. I'm gonna save that for later because that's gonna be a real good game. I'm gonna talk about that. Browns Commanders. Um, the Browns versus the Commanders. That's actually a. mm, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go with the Browns, even though that does really help out the Packers. But it's just like I just see them winning it. Yeah, I'll say 31 to 20. The Colts and the Giants. Um, Giants played really well against the Vikings. They beat. Looking how bad the Colts played on Monday Night Football, I think this is gonna be an easy dub for the Giants. Yeah. Anyway, I see the Giants winning this 26 to 19, and I'm going to change my prediction to the Jags winning because I really don't see them fucking up the tank. I really do think they're genuinely tanking, which sucks for us because we want that pick. Actually, no, never mind. I gotta stay committed. Next up, Niners versus the Raiders. The Raiders are in complete shambles right now. I don't think they have the energy to really win a game at this point. Derek Carr is not playing. It's a total disaster. And against the 49ers team that can they even bench their starters? Can they? I mean, did they already play each other? I say the Niners win just because. 33-23. This is going to be a good matchup. The New York GET Jets versus the Seattle Seahawks. Jets coming off a putrid performance with Zach Wilson. Um, Terrible performance by Zach Wilson, and it's very deflating. But they finished off of signs of life. Chris Streveler came in, the guy from Woodstock. Put up a little bit of a show. Personally, I think the Jets are gonna win. I feel like the Seahawks they had a good run, but it comes to an end. But if I'm a Seahawks fan, oh, oh, mm, oh my God. If I'm a Seahawks fan, you got a lot to look forward to. You can either, you got two first round picks this year. You can either trade both of them to the Bears to go get Will Levis or C.J. Stroud. You probably stay where you're at and get those guys. Maybe I don't know. Trade up, take Jalen Carter, or you can just stay put. Get a high, get possibly a um get Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, who's ever left, considering the Bears don't trade out. And then with 16, maybe get a, I don't know if they really need receivers. Get whoever you want. I think the Jets win this one by the score of 24-21. The Rams and the Chargers. The Battle of LA. Ooh. Ooh. The Chargers, I don't think they're going to rest their starters just yet. They may try to play for playoff seeding. Because that fifth seed does get to play the division winner. So I think the Chargers are going to try to get a fifth seed. I think they're going to win this. If you're the fifth seed, you're in luck because you get to play. Being a fifth seed is great because you get to play the weakest division winner, and usually they're teams like this. 9, 10 wins at most. Yeah, you have the away advantage. You have the away disadvantage, but it is what it is. Chargers win 28 20. Actually, no. 28 20. Okay, Monday Night Football. Let's do Monday Night Football. Oh my God, my throat's killing me. Bengals, Bills. Two great teams, two great quarterbacks, receiver corps, great everything. This has potential to be probably the best primetime game of the season. I hope it doesn't disappoint. I really hope it doesn't. Looking at everything, how good the Bengals are, how good the Bills are, it's hmm. This is a hard one. This is a really hard one. Personally, my gut tells me Cincinnati wins this one, which means the Bills would get a versus the Ravens. I would want that more than playing the Dolphins. So maybe it's not that bad. I think the Bengals win in an absolute shootout. 42 to 41. Actually, no, 45 to 44. Would that be scoregami? Oh, okay, that happened one time. Oh, that was the comeback game. Yeah, that was the massive choke by the Chiefs. Okay, but yeah, I think it has potential to be the best game. Then I'll do 43. Boom. Never scoregami. Okay. Vikings Packers. This matchup is pretty good. Packers at home, Lambeau, January, ice cold out. We got the Vikings, used to the cold, 12-3 team. However, they have the same amount of double-digit wins as the Bears do. Some guy on Twitter said that. I don't know if it's true. Probably not. I do think the Packers will keep this close. Um, I really do. However, I think this game's gonna end off some shit that's heartbreaking. I got the Vikings winning 27 to 24 off either a failed touchdown drive or a kick. But I think they're gonna scare the shit out of the Vikings. I don't really think they're legitimate contenders. Next up, finally, my Chicago Bears. Whew, it's the last away game of the season. Got some optimism for the team going into the future. Even if we win out, we'll still have a top draft pick to look forward to. But obviously, no real fans want that. I mean, winning feels great. And if they do win, some people will be mad. I understand that. But it's like, here's the thing. It's either you get mad at the win and spend all day moping, well, we fucked it up, or you sit back and it's like, oh well. You make the most of it, you enjoy the win as if it actually matters. At the end of the day, a win's a win. It's still going to count in the standings and the records as a win. In the all-time record, it got one plus one win. So it's like you might as well enjoy it because it's either I get some happiness, I get to enjoy a win, I get to watch the highlights, I get to post the memes on Twitter, I get to enjoy the victory Mondays, or I don't. So I might as well enjoy it. However, we're not going to win this week. The Lions, although I could see the Bears winning this, I could see the Bears winning this both two games. I do think they'll win next week, unless the Vikings are playing for something. Um, but the Lions with a chance to get into playoff positioning at home, it's gonna be a playoff-like atmosphere. Give me the Lions to win a shootout thriller, 33 to 31. 37-31. Nah, that's a little too much. I'll go 33-31. Um, I think the Bears score a lot. Lions defense isn't all that good, but their offense is amazing. An entertaining game. Hopefully Fields plays well. If not, I've already seen enough of him to know we got a guy to build around. The future's bright. So it's like, what happens? These games don't matter. Just no one get hurt, please, on either side. I'm gonna say they go. Nah. I'll just say 31 to 33. And that is the final weekly predictions. Bears, I'll say Fields. Hope if I had him, I would just get a few touchdowns, no interceptions or anything. Just don't get hurt. That's all I care about. Just don't get hurt. Throw some passes, play it safe, get a few tutties. Chase Claypool touchdown would be ideal. I just want one before the end of the season, please. Anyway, these are my predictions. My Bears fall to 3-13, but depending on how the draft position goes, maybe we can afford one more. Anyway, see ya.